There's something nobody tells you about women after 40. They don't just age, they transform. It's not a slow decline. It's a complete rewiring, emotional, psychological, even spiritual. The woman you knew at 25 isn't the same creature at 40. And if you don't understand that transformation, you'll completely misread her moods, her silence, her strength, even her desire. Because after 40, women stop pretending. They've played the roles: the good wife, the patient girlfriend, the perfect mother, the always available caretaker. But somewhere along the line, something inside them breaks. And for the first time in their adult lives, they ask the question they've been avoiding: what do I actually want? And the answers are rarely comfortable. Psychologists call this stage the identity reformation period. A second adolescence, but sharper, louder, more unapologetic. Hormones shift, emotional thresholds drop, and suddenly truth becomes oxygen. Let's start with what really happens behind that quiet smile. Fact number 1. A woman can cheat not because she wants someone new, but because she wants to feel like she once did. Desired, free, interesting. Betrayal becomes a symbolic act, a desperate attempt to reclaim the youth and energy that routine slowly drained away. It's not always lust. Sometimes it's a rebellion against invisibility. Fact number 2. A new beginning is possible even in the middle of life. Many women after 40 give themselves permission to start over: new love, new work, new identity. It's not about compensation. It's about connection. The silent mantra becomes, love will come when I'm ready to be seen as I am. Fact number 3. At this age, a woman begins to question everything. Not just her job, her family, or her relationship, but her purpose. 40 is rarely about, what do I do for a living? It's about, what is the meaning of my life? It's an existential audit. Fact number 4. With time, women start to feel entitled, finally, to their own choices. Who they are, what they want, and how they wish to live. But that freedom comes with fear. Did I do it right? Did I waste my best years? That anxiety doesn't destroy them. It deepens their reflection. Fact number 5. Love changes shape. It's no longer about holding hands. It's about holding space. Mature love says, I don't need you to complete me. I need you to respect that I'm already whole. It's not dependency anymore. It's alignment. Fact number 6. Quality over quantity, that becomes sacred. When the children are grown, when careers have stabilized or crashed and reborn, time feels heavier, more precious. The focus shifts from, we're together, to, do we still see each other? Real conversations replace small talk. Depth replaces drama. Fact number 7. When relationships lose meaning, women sometimes unconsciously create chaos. Not to destroy, but to feel alive again. To remember that they can still influence their own story. It's not always destruction. Sometimes it's resurrection in disguise. Fact number 8. Unlike the impulsive affairs of youth, their transgressions are rarely spontaneous. They wrestle with guilt for months, sometimes years, before they cross a line. When they do, it's not about thrill. It's the final cry of emotional starvation. Fact number 9. A woman can break a man without realizing it. Not because she's cruel, but because she knows exactly where it hurts. When she presses those buttons, it's not vengeance. It's her way of proving to herself that she still matters, that her touch, even in anger, still leaves a mark. But with every emotional war she wages, a part of her grows colder, and the distance becomes irreversible. Fact number 10. She can weaponize tenderness. Sometimes her softness becomes control, affection given only when obedience is shown. Love turns into a system of quiet punishments and conditional warmth. The embrace becomes a leash, and kindness becomes a test. By 40, women stop needing permission and start experimenting with power. Emotional, sexual, psychological power. What used to be quiet insecurity now turns into controlled dominance. Subtle, deliberate, and terrifyingly precise. Let's dive into the darker, shocking truths, the ones men almost never see coming. Fact number 11. After 40, many women rediscover their body, not for men, but for control. They know exactly how desire works. A touch, a silence, a glance across the table. They've learned that seduction isn't movement, it's timing. The longer she makes you wait, the deeper you fall. Fact number 12. Some women stop chasing love and start chasing attention. They've realized that validation is a drug, and the withdrawal is brutal. So they provoke it, subtly, dangerously, not to find someone but to remind themselves they still can. Fact number 13. At this age, women become masters of emotional camouflage. They can tell you, "I'm fine," with the same tone they'd use to bury you. The difference between truth and performance becomes microscopic, and most men never notice until it's too late. Fact number 14. When they flirt, it's no longer innocent. It's a test of their own power, of your restraint. She knows what she's doing when she leans in, when her voice drops, when she laughs just a little too softly. It's not an accident. It's research. Fact number 15. Women after 40 understand that silence is louder than words. When she stops arguing, it doesn't mean she forgives you. It means she's already mentally left the relationship. You just haven't realized it yet. Fact number 16. Many men fear the calm of a 40-year-old woman, because that calm isn't peace, it's detachment. She no longer needs to scream to prove her point. The quiet is her final goodbye. Fact number 17. The fantasies change. It's not about the bad boy anymore. It's about the man who listens, touches her with intention, and doesn't need to be the center of attention. Sex becomes psychological. It's not what you do to her body. It's what you awaken in her mind. Fact number 18. Some women secretly crave danger again. Not physical danger, but emotional risk. They miss the thrill of being chosen, desired, wanted. That's why she might message her ex at midnight, not because she wants him, but because she wants to feel seen. Fact number 19. Emotional manipulation becomes refined. Instead of shouting or crying, she withdraws warmth. A withheld kiss becomes punishment. A delayed reply becomes strategy. She's learned that the most effective weapon is absence. Fact number 20. Women after 40 can fall in love harder than ever, but only if they feel psychologically safe. The irony? Most men mistake her independence for emotional distance, when in fact, she's testing whether you're stable enough to handle her vulnerability. Fact number 21. Her desire is more selective but more dangerous. She doesn't chase quantity. She hunts intensity. When she connects completely. But when she disconnects, nothing can bring her back. Fact number 22. Some women develop a split between what they feel and what they show. They can lie in bed beside a man, kiss him, whisper softness, and still know, deep down, that it's over. The performance is for stability, not love. Fact number 23. After 40, many women begin to understand how their sexuality can manipulate men. Not for lust, but for leverage. A kiss becomes currency. Vulnerability becomes bait. And the scariest part? She doesn't even see it as manipulation anymore. She calls it survival. Fact number 24. The emotional memory of rejection never fully fades. The man who made her feel invisible at 27 still lives somewhere in her. And sometimes, when she punishes her current partner, it's not him she's hurting. It's the ghost of the one who didn't care. Fact number 25. The older she gets, the sharper her instincts. She can feel deceit before it's spoken. She'll let you lie, not to catch you, but to measure how far you'll go. It's not paranoia. It's experience. Men think they understand women until they meet one who's lived through everything. Because by 40, she's no longer learning about love. She's studying human nature. By 40, women don't just evolve, they start to unmask. The filters fade, the diplomacy dissolves, and what's left is unfiltered truth. It's magnetic, it's raw, and for men who still live by the old rules, it's terrifying. Let's go deeper. 12 shocking truths that show how women after 40 reshape love, sex, and power. Fact number 26. The way she looks at you changes, not with admiration, but with evaluation. She's not asking, "Do I love him?" anymore. She's asking, "Does being with him make me smaller?" Every argument, every silence becomes data in her internal audit. Fact number 27. A 40-year-old woman can fake passion flawlessly, but never respect. She can kiss you, laugh with you, even make love to you, all while quietly grieving the fact that she doesn't look up to you anymore. Once that respect is gone, intimacy is just choreography. Fact number 28. She becomes sexually unpredictable. Some women go cold, not because desire dies, but because it's waiting for someone who can meet it emotionally. Others ignite, decades of repression erupting into new hunger. Either way, it's never mechanical anymore. It's rebellion through the body. Fact number 29. She starts using vulnerability as a weapon. A tear at the right moment, a story from her past, a whisper about being unseen. She's learned that empathy from a man can be turned into leverage. It's not always intentional, but it's deadly precise. Fact number 30. Many women after 40 secretly test how far a man will go to keep them. They withdraw affection, stop initiating, delay responses, and watch. Not because they want to play games, but because they want proof. Will he chase me if I stop giving? Fact number 31. Her sexuality becomes more psychological than physical. She's aroused not by abs or charm, but by stability, intelligence, and confidence under pressure. Nothing turns her off faster than a man who loses composure. Fact number 32. Some women rediscover forbidden fantasies, not about strangers but about freedom. The fantasy of not having to explain herself. The fantasy of leaving a dinner table mid-conversation and not apologizing. The fantasy of saying no without softening it. Fact number 33. When she starts journaling, it's a warning sign. It means she's begun narrating her life as if she's already leaving it. The moment her thoughts become written, they become real. And once they're real, she rarely stays. Fact number 34. A woman after 40 often begins craving the man she could have admired. Not necessarily the one she's with. She doesn't fall for youth or looks. She falls for self-control. That's why younger men rarely satisfy her long-term. They still need validation, while she's learning to live without it. Fact number 35. She starts flirting differently. It's no longer playful, it's calculated. Every compliment she gives, every look she holds, is a psychological mirror. She's studying your reaction. If you flinch, she knows your weakness. Fact number 36. She can seduce and destroy in the same breath. Her tenderness isn't always love. Sometimes it's power. She'll kiss you like she's saving you, and then walk away as if you never existed. Because at 40, she knows what attachment costs and what freedom feels like. Fact number 37. Some men think they're losing her because she's distant. In truth, she's already in the process of becoming someone else. Her silence isn't absence, it's rebirth. Every unanswered message is her peeling away another layer of the life that no longer fits. Fact number 38. She has stopped fearing being alone. And that, for men, is the most dangerous shift of all. Because once a woman realizes that solitude doesn't kill her, manipulation loses all power over her. By this point, men start realizing something terrifying. She's not emotional anymore. She's strategic. Not dramatic, but decisive. Not needy, but nuclear. By 45, women have nothing left to prove, and that's what makes them dangerous. They've learned how to live without applause, without reassurance, and without pretending that everything's fine. They don't need validation anymore. They crave truth. And that's exactly what most men can't handle. Let's finish this story, the final unfiltered truths. Fact number 39. When a woman stops explaining herself, she's entering her most powerful era. She no longer debates, she deletes. No drama, no closure, just distance. And that silence? It isn't passive aggression. It's liberation. Fact number 40. After 40, women's capacity for emotional honesty skyrockets, but their patience for lies disappears. They'd rather be alone with truth than partnered with illusion. That's why so many marriages crumble not from infidelity, but from exhaustion. Fact number 41. Many women begin to reclaim sexual agency, not as seduction but as sovereignty. She no longer asks, "Do you want me?" She asks, "Do I still want this?" It's the moment her body stops being a negotiation and becomes a declaration. Fact number 42. She starts recognizing how men use comfort as control. You've changed, he says, and she smiles, because she finally realizes that was the point. Fact number 43. After decades of caretaking, some women secretly crave dominance. Not to be controlled, but to finally surrender without fear. To be seen fully without performance. To be undone by trust. That's not weakness. It's the final stage of strength. Fact number 44. She stops fearing other women. Jealousy fades. Competition dies. Because by 40, she understands. No one can steal what's meant for her. And what she's lost was never truly hers to begin with. Fact number 45. Many women lose interest in nice men. Not because they want toxicity, but because they can smell weakness disguised as kindness. They crave boundaries, not compliments. A man who can say no without flinching is infinitely sexier than one who says yes to everything. Fact number 46. Her body changes, yes, but her confidence weaponizes it. The stretch marks, the scars, the softened edges, they become proof of survival. And nothing intimidates fragile men more than a woman who owns every inch of her history. Fact number 47. A woman after 40 often develops emotional X-ray vision. She can sense when affection is fake, when compliments are transactional, when love is laced with obligation. She doesn't argue about it. She simply withdraws. Fact number 48. The darker truth. Many women begin to understand how cruel they were in their 20s. Not to men, but to themselves. The diets, the apologies, the pretending. The self-betrayal was constant. That guilt becomes a quiet fire, the drive to never abandon herself again. Fact number 49. By now, her definition of love has changed entirely. Love isn't butterflies. It's boundaries. It's not fireworks. It's safety. It's not who gives her attention. It's who gives her peace. Fact number 50. And here's the truth that divides the internet, and always will. A woman after 40 no longer loves you for who you are. She loves you for how she feels when she's herself around you. If she feels small, she'll leave. If she feels free, she'll stay. And no amount of begging, status, or money can change that equation. By 40, love is no longer a fairy tale. It's a battlefield of truths. And the scariest truth of all? The woman who once lived to please others has finally realized she doesn't owe anyone softness she doesn't feel.